In this session, I'm going to be talking about specific ICT tools for teaching science. Now, there are three main types of technology that you can use in your science teaching and learning. The first one is known as unrelated technology, unrelated technology to science, but it is used in the service of science education. And this is the one that these are the ICT tools which this course focuses specifically on enabling you to effectively integrate technology in science learning. The reason why is because, one, they're widespread, they are content-free, generic, clear examples of this. And you can see there'll be a list underneath this video. But clear examples, for example, spreadsheets, word processors, databases, graphics software, data logging, digital cameras, okay? All the description and information about these technologies you can find underneath this video. However, the point I want to make is that this, like, if you truly want to integrate technology in science lessons, then this technology, this information and communication technology is where you need to start. Because one, what you need to remember about technology is that, well, it always is developing and emerging. There's new ones coming out. So what does it mean? You need time. You need time to go through and learn about the technology, time to practice the technology, time to reflect on its use, time to do evaluate its use. One thing I know as a teacher over the years is that time is always short. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't use the other technology, because you should, but to begin to effectively integrate technology, I would encourage you to truly understand how you can use these in such a way that its use is transparent in the science learning, that the students learn to use these technology tools in a more in a way that it's going to make them not even become aware of its use while they are learning to achieve the learning outcomes that you have set for them, the science learning outcomes that you have set for them. So going back to the first point, this is the first type of technology, okay? So this is unrelated technology that that is used in science education. The second one is, of course, integrated learning systems. And a clear example of this would be that any of those software programs that can be used to teach science. Now, if you want to just teach about science, forget about integrating technology, because this is not transparent. This is not integrating technology. If you just want to focus on teaching of science, then by all means, find yourself subject a program that is specifically designed to teach science, and there are lots of them out there. But because they're not transparent in their use, they have a key factor about them. The key aspect about them is that they don't give children full control over their technology, and it's only the technology that does give them full control, like the ones in the list below, that actually develop ICT capability that are transparent in its use. But integrated learning systems, such as science-specific teaching programs, don't give full control to the students, and therefore do not develop student ICT capability. It's only really in perspective. What they do is actually they develop your ICT capability as a teacher, because you have to learn to use the software to be able to determine the performance of the students in science education and science learning. So it's important that you do that. And that's what integrated learning systems do. The final one, of course, the final technology that you could use in your science classrooms is those that are used in science itself. So for that, we're talking things, as you know, as microscopes, and the list is, there is quite a good range. However, okay, so those are the three main categories. The point here as well you need to remember is that in the pandemic, in what's going on, your students may not have access to your science lab, to the science technology that you have in the lab. But most students these days do have a computer. And that means that they do have access to the first category of ICT tools for teaching science, which is the content-free software like word processing, spreadsheets, databases, digital cameras. All those tools are widely available. Most students have them. Give you even a really good example. Digital cameras. Most students have mobile phones with cameras on them. They even have iPads or tablet computers with cameras on them. So there's tools there that you can use, that it can be used also in science learning. And coincidentally, digital cameras are widely used in science, in just general science itself. So you are therefore integrating technology in your science curriculum, in your science education. If you encourage the use of such technology as the one stated here in this list. And later, I will discuss where the opportunities lie in the Australian curriculum as an example. And if you're not teaching Australian curriculum, then you can use these principles that I have just explained to go and find examples in your own curriculum as well.